Since the dawn of time, the human race has seen mystery and intrigue around every corner. Mysterious events have been put down to the supernatural, the paranormal, and even the extraterrestrial. One thing's for sure, there have been a lot of unexplained mysteries over the centuries, and with modern technology giving people greater access to photography and previously unexplored parts of the galaxy, there are bound to be plenty more cropping up. Welcome to Factsigraphy, and this is Unsolved Mysterious Photographs Part 2. If you haven't watched Part 1, I'm attaching the link, go check it out. 1. Summerton Man. This man, known only as the Summerton Man, was found dead on an Australian beach in 1948. Inside his pocket was a strange note which read "Tamam Shud." This phrase means ended or finished in Persian. The story of the Summerton Man is considered to be one of Australia's most profound mysteries, according to Australia's The Advertiser. 2. Strange light on Mars. In this photo taken on Mars, a bright light is seen in the distance. Scientists have not revealed what the strange light might be, and the sight has excited UFO enthusiasts. The image was taken by NASA's Curiosity rover in April in a new study area known as the Kimberley. What is your opinion on this mystery? Comment down below and let us know. 3. The Tunguska Event, 1908. In June 1908, a massive explosion happened near the stony Tunguska River in Russia. The explosion flattened 770 square miles of forest, toppling around 80 million trees, and yet somehow resulted in no loss of human life. It has been theorized that the Tunguska Event, as it has been designated, was caused by an air-bursting meteoroid, but no one really knows for sure. There was no impact crater, so the conjecture is simply that it broke up in the atmosphere, somewhere between 3 and 6 miles above the Earth's surface. The explosion is calculated to have been 1,000 times greater than that of the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, Japan. The Tunguska Event has since led to much discussion about asteroid impact avoidance, a growing fear of extinction-level events, and has helped to spawn a multitude of science fiction films. 4. Strange figure behind the man in a car. A woman took a photo of her husband in a car when she visited her mother's grave in 1959. She developed the photo and noticed the faint imagery of a person sitting in the back seat of the vehicle. Later, she claimed that the person was the ghost of her mother. 5. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. In 1959, in the depths of the Ural Mountains of Russia, an experienced group of trekkers died under mysterious circumstances, which were never adequately explained. Investigators discovered that the victims had cut a hole through their tent and run away from something while wearing minimal clothing, despite the temperatures being around -30 degrees centigrade. A number of the victims died from hypothermia, but some had inexplicable fatal injuries. Another of the victims was found with major injuries, as well as missing tongue, eyes, and lips. Several theories have been offered as to what caused the hikers to run and what eventually killed them, but none have been conclusive and their deaths remain a mystery. 6. Ectoplasm seances. During the 19th and 20th centuries, spiritualism took a grip on society, with many people believing that mediums could help communicate with the dead. Fraudsters took to manipulating their audiences with a variety of tricks and illusions aimed at duping them out of their hard-earned cash. Strong favorites at the time came in the ability to produce convincing ectoplasm, apparitions, and manifestations that couldn't easily be explained by the average person. In this photo, Martha Barad apparently conjures an inexplicable light between her hands and ectoplasm above her head. 7. The Great Alien Reconnaissance. In 1952, multiple air traffic controllers from several airports and Air Force bases near Washington, D.C., reported seeing unidentified blips on their radar screens. When questioning local pilots, the controllers were told that a number of bright lights had been seen in the sky nearby. The next weekend, it happened again, this time with a dozen blips appearing on the radar screens. Fighter jets were scrambled to intercept, but the jets were unable to match the speed of the unidentified flying objects. These sightings were added to list being investigated by the government under Project Blue Book, but nothing further was revealed. 8. The Falcon Lake Incident. Another year, another story about a UFO sighting. This time from Manitoba, Canada, where Stefan Michalak apparently saw an unidentified alien craft land nearby when he was out prospecting for gold and silver. Stefan approached the craft and apparently heard human-like voices muffled by the engines. He went close enough to poke his head inside the craft and saw a maze of lights within. He was then startled when the craft took off and injured by a beam of heat that shot from the ship. The heat set fire to his clothes and severely burned his chest. Doctors and authorities could not explain his injuries, and this added credence to his story, which he repeated in interviews until his death in 1999. 9. Bigfoot. Bigfoot is a legend that dates back as far as 1867, with several people reporting seeing giant, wild men wandering the forests and mountains of the Pacific Northwest parts of the United States and Canada. In 1967, filmmakers Roger Patterson and Robert Gimlin captured the most famous and well-known footage of Bigfoot in existence. Its authenticity has been in much dispute in the decades that followed, but there's certainly something compelling about it. 10. The Face of Mars. Another NASA-related mystery, this time centers around Mars, and comes thanks to another photo snapped from outer space. Here, the Viking 1 spacecraft captured photos of Mars' surface that appeared to show a face looking back at the spaceship from the ground. 11. The Hospital Demon. This blurry scene apparently came from a camera feed over a hospital bed. It's a bit hard to see, but seems to show a small demonic-like creature walking across the bed. Creepy. 12. Unexplained Mars object. There are a few images of Mars, which have raised questions about whether there was once life on Mars, or indeed whether there still is. In 2017, the Mars Curiosity rover captured an image which appears to show an unidentified object on the surface of Mars. Doubters have suggested it's merely debris from the Mars rover itself, but the conspiracy theorists take this image as proof of the existence of extraterrestrial life. 13. The Portuguese Chupacabra. The legend of the Chupacabra finds its roots in the Americas, where a creature is said to wander the lands attacking and killing livestock and drinking the blood from their remains. Reports of Chupacabra have since come from all over the world, and in 2016 a video was captured in the Portuguese desert. The video appears to show a man-like beast walking through the desert and then disappearing behind a bush. Much like all the videos of Bigfoot, the footage is long distance and low quality, so we'll leave it up to you to judge its validity. 14. The Loch Ness Monster. Nessie is the fabled creature that famously inhabits Loch Ness in Scotland. This monster might well be the oldest of the unexplained mysteries on our list, as the earliest reports of sightings date back to 565 AD. Since that time, plenty of people have claimed to see the monster of the Loch, but there have also been many false sightings, hoaxes, and misidentifications that have included everything from trees to natural gases. 15. Nessie. Nessie has been spotted many times over the years. Claims are often only believed if undoctored images are provided as evidence. In 2020, this photo was taken by tourist Steve Chalice. It was thought to show the Loch Ness monster cruising the water. The photo didn't appear to be manipulated and quickly went viral. However, some were quick to point out the similarities to large catfish. Yes, this is likely just a fish, though a monster one at that. Shame. 16. The death of Alisa Lam. In 2013, Alisa Lam was staying at the Hotel Cecil in Los Angeles. She went missing during her stay and was later discovered in the water tank on the hotel's roof. There were several unusual facts about the case which made it mysterious, including a video released by the LAPD of her getting into a lift, pressing multiple buttons, and apparently trying to hide from someone. Access to the hotel roof was blocked at the time of her death, and both toxicology and coroner reports showed no visible trauma or reason for her passing. Though her death was officially labeled as accidental drowning, there have been many other theories that include her being victim to a serial killer. 17. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. In 2011, a Swedish diving team discovered a mysterious formation on the bottom of the Baltic Sea. Sonar imagery appeared to show a strange disc-like object 60 meters in diameter with many unusual characteristics that include a long runway running up it, a stairway at the side, and a light soot covering. Explanations for the object have included everything from a crashed UFO to a naturally occurring geological formation. It has even been likened to the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. Not much else is known about the object, though it is purported that it could be as much as 140,000 years old.